Two perennial high school powerhouses meet in this out-of-state rivalry matchup where the visiting Bishop Hendricken Hawks will take on the home Darien Blue Wave in this early February matchup. Hi everyone, Liam Tomaszewski joined alongside Will Jennings, and Will today obviously some of the best teams in New England. Darien Blue Wave, one of the best teams in the state of Connecticut. Bishop Hendricken, one of the best teams in the state of Rhode Island, coming down here to play Darien on this Saturday afternoon. What do you think we're going to see here tonight?
Yeah, you know, coming off that tie against Ward Ludlow, Coach Bud has decided to change up his first two lines. He has Aiden Elders, Mariska, and Troy together on the first line, and then Mark McNamara, Elliot Lancaster, and Charlie Schwind on the second line. And, you know, I think that's a very interesting move. That was a very, poor tie that they had against, sort of a short bench. And I think Coach Bud's looking to sort of change up that chemistry and, get some new looks out of his guys. I really like that second line, of a big power forward like McNamara paired with two really skilled players of Schwind and Lancaster. I think that could really show and, prove to be a great line today.
Yeah, of course, Darien was missing some of their star players in that game against Fairfield. Of course, number 15 sophomore Jack Mariska, as well as number 9 junior Aiden Elders. They were both out in that game, so Darien was left a little bit sloppier on that side, but of course that game was tied at 3 apiece, so Blue Wave added that tie. But today, of course, they're going one of the best teams in the state of Rhode Island, and this Bishop Hendricken team only lost one game in the year. They're 14-1, so coming into the Ice House, they've always beaten Darien. These times they've played each other, Darien has never beaten them. So for today, it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. But let's talk about some key players for the Blue Wave. Obviously, you said that second line is looking really great. It's going to be definitely hungry for the Blue Wave to try to get some goals early on this Hendricken squad. Who are some key players for the Blue Wave tonight?
Yeah, I really like that Lancaster and Schwind chemistry on that second line. They haven't really played together, but, off the ice, those guys are very close. They talk a lot, and I think that chemistry will really show on the ice today. Those guys very close. Definitely going to be a key matchup to watch, that give-and-go game through the corner and through the cycle. And then for the first line, you have Elders and Mariska, who are also very close with each other. That chemistry, we haven't seen that this year, but I think it's going to be very important to test that out after the game against Co-op. Co-op, that game, you saw guys like Quinn Kilroy, Ryan Thurlow, guys you don't normally see out there, and to have these guys like Elders and Mariska back, this is huge for the Wave.
Yeah, Darien's depth was truly tested in that game against Fairfield, a true dogfight throughout the entirety of the game. Both teams couldn't get enough ground on each other. That game ended in a tie at 3 apiece, but looking over at the Bishop Hendricken side, they've beaten teams, some of the best teams in the state of Connecticut. They beat Notre Dame West Haven earlier in January, so they've beaten teams that are some of the best teams in the state of Connecticut, so it really just shows the difference in power between the Rhode Island and Darien teams. So Darien might be a little bit more nervous coming into this one, but really it's high school hockey, anything's possible.
Yeah, and like you said, this is arguably Darien's biggest game of the year. They really need this one after, not their best game against Ward Ludlow. They're going to need to win this game to, kind of, put some fear into New Canaan. Really, New Canaan's been dominating as of late, and they're looking to take that first seed in the FCIAC. And, if Darien can win this game and knock off this really good team, this Bishop Hendricken team, they can have a lot of momentum going into playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, as of late, that tie definitely did not help Darien if looking at those FCIAC standings. They now sit in second place. New Canaan is in that first place spot, so those two teams will actually battle it back out here at the Darien Ice House on Valentine's Day. But tonight we got rivalry, of course, between the Hawks and the Wave. And then, of course, tomorrow Darien will be taking on the LaSalle Academy Rams back here at the Ice House at 3 o'clock. So it is the Rhode Island weekend for Blue Wave hockey, and starting lineups, the national anthem coming up from the Darien Ice House. rendition of the national anthem here from the side of Darien Ice House. But Will, of course, Darien's going up against a huge powerhouse of the Bishop Hendricken Hawks. So you think Darien's going to change any of their game plan tonight?
Yeah, I really do think they will change their game plan tonight. You know, you're basically just going to see lines 1, 2, and 3, and maybe a little bit of line 4. But you know, this is a huge game. You know, as well as that game tomorrow against LaSalle, this is really going to show us Darien's true colors. You know, if they're really a competitive team, they're going to stick around in these games, and to do so, Coach Bud is going to rotate that first and second line as much as possible.
Yeah, LaSalle and Bishop Hendricken, the two Rhode Island teams that Darien will play this weekend. Of course, Darien defeated Warwick Co-op earlier in December. A huge win for them, adding to their great record that they've had this year. So they do well against Rhode Island teams, but of course, can't deny the fact that Bishop Hendricken is one of the best teams in the state of Rhode Island, of course with LaSalle as well. So this game, really it's going to be a dogfight from the start. Let's see what Darien can come out. Definitely a test for them. Bishop Hendricken 14-1. Blue Wave coming off a tie against Fairfield on Monday over at Sacred Heart. And of course, this is going to be a huge game for both of these teams. Darien looking to add some implication and add a little bit more cushion to that FCAC rankings. They're number 2 right now, just behind their rivals of the New Canaan Rams. So this game adding to their record, of course, Blue Wave starting with that first line. James Troy, Aiden Elders at the center spot, Jack Mariska, along with Persinger and Wadley at the defensive sides, and Kreppen at the wing, or at the goal side. And we are underway here from inside the Ice House. Hendricken gets it started early, but dumps it in over behind the net of Kreppen. Blue Wave fighting forward over with Wadley on the defensive side. A little bit of physicality. Blue Wave trying to clear it, but the Hawks doing a nice job keeping it in their own zone. Darien in their away white jerseys with the blue numbering. Bishop in their away green jerseys with the white lettering. Darien desperately trying to make it clear. Mariska over to the Darien side, intercepted by Persinger in front of the net. Gives it over back to the Hawks. Big hit there from George Persinger over on the boards. Hendricken trying to put it through. Maybe trying to get a little soft shot on net, but Blue Wave trying to clear it out, and Persinger gets a free lane to just dump that one.
Yeah, this is just really sloppy positioning in the defensive zone from the Wave thus far. And, you know, those couple of breakout attempts, you know, they're not hitting those wings. And, you know, it kind of looks similar to that Notre Dame game where, you know, you see Mariska just throw the puck up the boards there. It's feeding their defensemen early.
So the Blue Wave have an offensive face-off in the Hawks zone. Darien's updated second line will be out there. Of course, Schwind and Elliott Lancaster anchoring that, but Blue Wave going to stay strong. Darien with the puck over to McNamara. Puck high. Lancaster retreating out in front. Darien gets an early shot on goal, and that one goes in.
That's Mark McNamara, the 6'5" junior. You know, he just kind of lurks around in that high slot area. He's a big body. No one gets a stick on him, which is a mistake, because as soon as he gets the puck, you know, that's coming off his blade hard. He puts a lot of force on that one. Really good no-look pass from Lancaster as well out of the corner.
Number 12, Mark McNamara, the 6'2" junior, and right off the bat, the Blue Wave lead 1-0.
You know, no one ties up his stick there, and, you know, that's kind of a free goal as Lancaster gets the assist.
Knew that one was coming for the Blue Wave. They were hot, got the first offensive face-off of the day over in the Hawks zone and put that one in. Mark McNamara, of course, updated to that second line. Blue Wave gets a little bit Schwind putting pressure on the Hawks side and moving that over puck behind the net as Lancaster. Schwind fighting for it. Bishop Hendricken trying to resolve a little bit after that goal, try to move the puck along. Now the Hawks on a little 3-on-2, trying to evade Darien's defense. Out from the point, and right there, a signature glove save by the senior captain, Quinn Kreppen.
And, you know, we talked about it in the pregame. That second line, we were big fans of that second line coming into this game, and, you know, they show us why they should be out here early as they connect on that tic-tac-toe play in the offensive zone.
The Blue Wave done well on the defensive side so far for the first minute and 50 seconds, but face-off won by the Hawks. Slap shot there, just missing the net of Kreppen. Puck staying with the Hawks in their offensive zone. Darien trying to clear it. Wadley going down on the ground. Over at the blue line, trying to break that one up close in front of the net. Darien trying to make it clear. Wadley staying strong, but the Hawks fighting away. In possession of that puck, number 12, Andrew Sosha. Darien trying to make a break. Weibel uses the backhand to dump that one into the neutral zone. Weibel, of course, had a goal in that game against Fairfield over on Monday. Shot there, rebounded, saved by Kreppen, makes 2 big saves.
Yeah, what a great recovery save there from Kreppen as he's just in the splits, the butterfly, and he goes post to post there. Really good save.
So dumped in there by number 27, Michael Niffen. Darien trying to get a hurry up after the line change. Save there from Kreppen, gives it back out. That one goes over to number 6, Ryan Thurlow, as Bishop Hendricken makes the big save over on the far side. But again, transitions like that, Darien's going to have to watch out. Hawks got a nice little break, and of course Kreppen made a very nice save for the Blue Wave, but they're going to have to really make those line very quick adjustments against a very fast team such as the Hawks.
Yeah, and they got to clean up that defensive zone play. Very sloppy right now, leading to that play in transition from the Hawks.
So a puck in the neutral zone. Darien defense trying to come down with it. Bishop Hendricken using all the speed as that one will be called in for an icing. Of course, right there, a lot of momentum adding to the Darien side. That goal from Mark McNamara, a huge thing that Darien wanted to see. Of course, head coach Mac Budd moved him up to that second line, and that's what you want to see if you're a coach from your guy on that second line. Get a shot in, especially going up 1-0 against a team of the caliber of Bishop Hendricken. It's going to really add to Darien's favor later on. So face-off won by Hendricken. Over on their back zone, puck out in front of the net. Darien trying to get it over to their point.
Yeah, and we're seeing James Whitcomb get his first time of the year as a senior, as Russell Tarrant's out today, so we'll see how he fares here.
Yeah, Russell Tarrant on the scratch list for the Blue Wave, but it's not stopping the high caliber that they've been having all year. Some offsides is called at Darien blue line. Both of these teams will be making a line change. 11:35 left to go in this first period of play. Watching this game on the DAF Media Network, joint venture to the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Ian Tomaszewski, Will Jennings, wherever you are watching this game from Rhode Island or your couch in Darien, welcome you inside the Darien Ice House. Face-off won by the Blue Wave in the neutral zone. Big hit there from number 20, Connor McNamara, as Hendricken tries to get set. Moving that puck along, number 3, Griffin Crane for the Hawks, but Darien doing a nice job. Elliot Lancaster trying to make it clear. Out in the neutral zone, the Blue Wave can't seem to get that one past center ice as Bishop Hendricken dumps that one in again. Moving that puck along out the blue line, slap shot. Just misses the net of Kreppen. Darien defense making a big clear. That one's going to be sent all the way. No icing will be called. Darien makes a line change, bringing that first line back out.
Yeah, and those quick line changes, like you said, are going to be super important today as, you know, the team they're going up against, Hendricken is, you know, they're very fast. A lot of these guys, you know, out there for minutes at a time and not losing stamina.
Huge slap shot going off number 27, Michael Niffen. And you saw the caliber of that shot. That's a very heated fastball on that puck. Hendricken, of course, putting the offensive pressure on the Wave. Defense doing a nice job trying to make some clears. Recovered over by Hendricken. That was more of a saucer shot over from the blue line, but goes left of the net of Kreppen. Shot there, broken up by Niffen. George Persinger trying to make it clear over on the board. Samame out in front now to Niffen. Looking to hand that one over to Dylan Weibel. Niffen taking it himself all the way to the neutral zone, just missing Gavin Samame.
Yeah, and that was the Waves' first decent breakout of the period, as, you know, they've been missing passes, and Niffen just decided to take it up himself there.
Yeah, Niffen took himself. He was maybe looking for number 3, Dylan Weibel, on that one. Didn't see an open lane, so he took it himself. Nice job dumping that one all the way in through the blue line. Getting there close, and that one's going to go in.
Jack Mariska on his knees. Just another insane goal for Mariska. We saw one earlier where, you know, this year where he was on his knees against Xavier, and he made a great and one play, and right there he gets tripped up. He's on his knees, sliding backwards, and he's able to flip it up above the shoulder, up above the glove. Really just great hustle play for Mariska.
Mariska deked out the goalie of Bishop Hendricken. You see right there, down on his knees, over on the right side, just missing the glove. It was number 30, Colin Murray, the junior goaltender. As the Blue Wave inches up, they go up 2-0. Something definitely you weren't thinking coming into this one. Darien leading against this Hendricken squad 2-0. Marissa going down on his knees over in that face-off circle as Blue Wave gets set again. Out in front, shot there from McNamara, and that one goes in. His second of the day, Mark McNamara, and the Blue Wave are up 3-0.
Yeah, you can't give Mark McNamara that much space with the puck. He's got a cannon. He's a really big kid, as we mentioned, and that puck is just flying off his stick there. No one gaps up with him on defense. They don't even connect with him defensively as an assignment, and he just has too much time and room to fire that through the corner.
Number 12, Mark McNamara, one shy of a hat trick, puts his second goal on the day. And we are just not even halfway through the first period of play, and the Blue Wave are already up 3-0.
And that's going to draw a timeout as the Blue Wave have all the momentum right now.
So timeout called by Bishop Hendricken. Early on timeout for the Hawks as this Darien team has startled them. They go up 3-0, and Will, if you're over on that Bishop Hendricken bench, what are you talking about?
I mean, you got to match up with number 12, Mark McNamara. It's almost like they're disrespecting him. The first goal, no one's on him. He's just left out there, you know, kind of like a pity play in the NBA, leaving someone at the three-point line. And, you know, he's cashed in both times. They got to start matching up with number 12.
Yeah, number 12, Mark McNamara, 2 goals on the day. Of course, moved up to that second line, but step aside, take a quick break, and we'll be right back on the DAF Media Network. And back here live on the DAF Media Network. So Bishop Hendricken forced to use a timeout after the Darien Blue Wave have scored 3 unanswered. To get a center face-off, 2 goals by Mark McNamara, 1 by Jack Mariska. Face-off 1 by the Blue Wave, Dylan Weibel dumping it in. Just over 9 minutes left to go in this period number 1.
And, you know, with all these great players finally coming back for the Wave is just, you know, overwhelming Bishop Hendricken right now with just showing how many weapons they truly have.
Yeah, this Darien team, almost a completely different team than when they played Fairfield on Monday. Huge hit over at the blue line. That one was number 16 for the Blue Wave. Big hit there from Connor Kilroy over at the blue line, but Hendricken just missing the puck on that one over behind the net of Kreppen. Trying to find that's Griffin Crane, but Blue Wave trying to make a clear slap shot. Intercepted there on the defensive side by Persinger. Persinger just missing Kilroy back in the neutral zone, but Darien keeping that puck alive in their zone.
And you can just see here the loss of energy that Bishop Hendricken is experiencing. You know, these guys are just, you know, kind of gliding up to loose pucks. They're not really going full out like we saw early on.
But Bishop Hendricken, of course, they made the road trip from Rhode Island, but going down 3-0 is definitely something you don't like to see, especially early on in this first period of play. Dumping that one in, number 11, James Carrera. Blue Wave trying to make it clear. Bishop back on the heavy offense. Darien can't seem to find an open hole. Dumped out there over at the blue line. Puck staying with the Blue Wave out in front. Number 8, James Whitacombe again out there for the Blue Wave on the defensive side. Shot there from the blue line, just missing the net of Quinn Kreppen. Darien trying to make some clears. Line change over in the middle center ice. Bishop Hendricken getting on an odd man rush. Slowing it down. Save there from Kreppen as he gets checked over into the net.
Yeah, they're going to call goalie interference, I believe, on that, as he didn't slow up at all. He just completely took out Kreppen. You know, you got to have that awareness when you're, you know, close to that crease area to slow up a little bit and look for the pass. He just completely takes out Kreppen and destroys him.
Number 26, Frank Tillinghast from Bishop Hendricken.
And that only puts more salt in the wound as Darien's going to have a power play here.
Yeah, the Blue Wave go on their first power play of the night, and they go on 5-on-4 right now. All the energy, almost 100%, is on this Darien bench. They're loving the feeling right now.
Yeah, and you can see Kreppen down here. He's kind of wincing in pain a little bit, but, you know, really good play to draw that penalty. He's, you know, he holds his ground in that crease. Really good job by Kreppen.
So face-off one by the Hawks, sending that one into the Hawks bench side. Again, the Blue Wave, they're not catching any of Bishop Hendrickson's breaks right now. They're going all the way, Darien, right now. They're up 3-0, so definitely a lot in their favor. But for right now, Darien, do you think they're going to keep going with those first, second lines, try to keep that pressure up?
Definitely. I think Coach Bud is ecstatic right now with his changes. I think he really likes the chemistry he's watching here today, and I think he's overall just very happy with the changes he made.
So shot out in front, slap shot, Schwinn just missing the left. Looking like an Alex Ovechkin shot there from that face-off circle.
Yeah, they call that area the office, and that's where Schwinn will post up almost every umbrella power play.
Mariska fighting for it. Bishop getting a nice little look, loose stick. Slap shot just missing the net of Kreppen. Heavy slap shot from Crane. Out in front, Persinger. Dumps that one in, but Kreppen will make the stop again. 6:39 left to go in this first period of play. Darien looking like a #1 team in the state of Connecticut right now with the way they're playing. Their offensive rushes have been excellent, and their defense has helped Bishop to no goals on the scoreboard.
We had questions coming into the game today, with these
Slap
new
shot
lines.
there, soaring, and that one will be caught by Kreppen and making another big save for the Blue Wave.
We had questions coming in today with these lines, and I think they really have paid off for the Wave as, not a great power play thus far, but really just consistent all throughout.
So still 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go on the power play. Lancaster sends that one over to Schwinn on the opposite side. Schwinn stops for a little bit, maybe looking for an open hole for a shot. Sends that one back over to Mariska as that one stopped up in front of the Bishop Hendricken net. Hawks just trying to make it clear. Darien swarming them all throughout. George Persinger getting that puck in over to the Darien defensive side. Looks for it over to Schwinn, just missing. Hits off the board as Persinger charges back out. Now Hendricken getting a nice little look. Puck in the neutral zone.
Yeah, they're just going to play keep away here. Really good job by them on the kill so far.
So puck going down. Kreppen needing to make a save on that dump from the Hawks. Unexpected shot. That one was all the way almost at the center ice line. Another clear there from Hendricken. Wadley using the boards, but the Hawks still trying to maybe get a little bit on the short-handed side as they're just moving the puck along. Hawks dumped that one in over near in front of the net. Kreppen misreading that a little bit, but Blue Wave getting a nice lucky break is back to 5-on-5 even strength after the power play.
Yeah, really wasted opportunity for the Wave there.
Going in front, going down is number 27, Michael Niffen, has a huge shot there from Griffin Crane over on that face-off circle. Goes high and wide of that Kreppen net. So the Blue Wave do not capitalize on the power play. But again, stopping that Bishop Hendricken team so far in this first period of play.
And they may be up 3-0 right now, but that power play was pretty ugly. They didn't really set anything up, and, it looked like the other way around. It looked like Hendricken had a power play there.
So shot there, saved by Kreppen. Darien moving the puck along. Once again, Hendricken trying to get something going, but Darien's doing a nice job trying to make it clear. Puck over to Elliot Lancaster. Lancaster making a nice move, hitting up his fellow senior captain Charlie Schwind. Now back over to Connor McNamara. McNamara going around the boards. Schwind looking for an open puck, sends that one behind the net of Murray. Back out in front, Darien. Missed shot there from Kilroy. Schwind sends that one just high and wide of the net. Darien doing well, keeping the offensive pressure alive, especially late in this first period. Once again, the Hawks try to get a setup, reset back behind their net, but Darien still swarming them. Connor Kilroy, big hit over at the center ice line. Darien defense making it clear with McNamara, sending one back over to Elders. Elders on the right side takes a shot. That one going to be saved up by Murray. As Bishop Hendricken gets a nice 3-on-2 going against Darien defense. Hawks trip up on that one. That was number 6, Mason Crane.
3-on-1, odd man rush.
3-on-1 for the Blue Wave. Shot by Mariska, saved up by Murray in front of the net. Probably the biggest first save we've seen from Murray all day as he stops up Jack Mariska for putting his second goal on the night.
I thought the Wave would kind of de-escalate after that sloppy power play, but, they're really showing why it's 3-0. They've just been all over them. They've responded, and, that second line was really buzzing around the zone there and getting a bunch of more chances.
So another offensive face-off coming for the Wave. Shot there again by Jack Mariska. That one's just dumping and going high. Blue Wave trying to get some inches on this Hendricken team. They've done well so far. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go this first period of play. Hendricken on a little bit of a rush, but puck staying in the neutral zone. Of course, you're watching this game on the DAF Media Network, joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Hendricken, shot there, just going left of the net of Kreppen. Once again at the blue line. Clear there from Persinger. Slap shot going off the skate of Persinger. Hendricken just trying to get one open shot.
What a
save. Will be a
save.
glove save by Quinn Kreppen, a highlight reel save right there.
That was just insane. He shows the glove at the last minute, almost kind of like a Henrik Lundqvist looking save there, as he just flashes the glove at the last second, and it's highway robbery, as you know, that looked like a goal easily from the high slot.
Yeah, this Darien team, of course, playing like a #1 team in the state of Connecticut right now, is face-off won by the Blue Wave, trying to make it clear as Hendricken stops that one, dumps it back into the Darien zone. They've done well on the boards all day. Darien trying to get a loose puck over on the near boards. Fight for that one, Blue Wave, Gardner Ely.
And you know, Bishop down 3-0. They're definitely going to need to get more high caliber shots from the slot area like we just saw.
So another boarded puck over. Bishop Hendricken getting some sort of lengths, but number 8, James Whitcomb there for the Blue Wave. Trying to make some moves. Wadley uses the boards as gets hit in the process. Hendricken player going down in the face-off circle as Darien just trying to make it clear. Hendricken keeping the offensive pressure alive late in this first period. Shot there in the ground, maybe a backhand shot there. Is big save by Kreppen out in front of the net. James Carrera got a little bit of a backhand shot on. It's a little weaker than maybe he expected it to be, but of course Kreppen lays out his body, going down chest first to put that one to make it a save.
Yeah, it looked like, as you said, Carrera there just walked Whitcomb just a little bit inside, but Kreppen was there to get out on top of that one and shut off the angle quick.
So face-off one there, another glove save by Kreppen. I mean, just looking at, that was a shot there from number 5, Devin Exter. But again, this Bishop Hendricken team, I don't think they've expected this many shots to be saved by Kreppen. He's just been a wall in net tonight.
Yeah, and their plan is just going to be to keep shooting because, you know, you never know with Kreppen what rebounds you can get in front.
Nice pressure out there from Schwind over at the blue line. Puck sailing all the way towards the boards as Darien just trying to hold on for the last minute and 45 seconds. Puck out over at the blue line. Hendricken, shot there, saved by Kreppen off the blocker. Back out in front, backhand. Stopped up by Kreppen. He's going to take that one himself to stop the play. But again, these past couple minutes of play have been heavy on the Hawks' favor, but it's been the star of the show. Another number 30, Quinn Kreppen. He's made, I think, 5 or 6 saves in the past 2 minutes alone.
Yeah, he's just been lights out today. And, you know, he's really been lights out this entire season. You know, he played a 1-0 game against Notre Dame, and, you know, he's showing the same skill today as he's recovering a ton.
Yeah, Darien played an excellent game against Notre Dame West Haven. They only lost by 1, an unlucky goal in that second period of play. Couldn't seem to come back after that, but still a minute and 20 seconds left to go in period number 1 here. Darien with the puck on their side. Mariska shot out in front, stopped up by Murray.
And, you know, talking about Kreppen, that rebound control from him has really improved from last year, and it's really separated him as a goalie this year.
So Hendricken looking for maybe a little bit with Crane. Trying to center that one back out. Darien defense poke checking in a little bit. Trying to make a move as Crane, loose stick out in front. That one's intercepted by number 9, Aiden Elders. Hendricken off the stick of John Wadley. 45 seconds left to go in period number 1. Hendricken all over the puck, maybe trying to get just one shot on. Stopped up again by Wadley over on the ground. Loose puck, Hendricken playing very aggressive late in this first period. Miscue there from Elders out in front. Hendricken trying to get a shot, but Wave making that brick wall over in front of the net.
You know, and the Wave have been capitalizing in transition, but, you know, Bishop's been able to slow it down, and, you know, that's really kind of separated the Wave. It's just capitalizing on those chances in transition.
So the Blue Wave making it clear, but Bishop out there in front over at the blue line, skating around. Maybe trying to get one last shot at it was number 6, Mason Crane, but that will bring us to the end of period number 1 here from inside the Darien Ice House. So the Blue Wave lead 3-0. Pair of triple goals there, 2 from Mark McNamara, 1 from Jack Mariska early on, really setting the tone for this one inside the Darien Ice House. And, Will, what'd you like from Darien in that first period of play?
You know, I like how Quinn Creppen played a lot. I really like how the defense was collapsing on some of those, you know, shot blocks and good chances from the perimeter. I like how the defense was holding their ground and, you know, making plays to the neutral zone, getting pucks off the glass and allowing guys like Schwinn and Mariska to create chances on the odd man rush. And that's why they're up 3-0, is just the defense holding their ground, playing a bend, don't break kind of defense, and, you know, allowing their skill guys to make plays in transition.
The Darien offense put the goals on the board. The Darien defense has held it that way. So go to our first intermission. We'll step aside and we'll be right back for period number 2 on the DAF Media Network.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
And back here live on the DAF Media Network. First intermission done with here from the Darien Ice House. Blue Wave lead. Bishop Hendricken Hawks 3-0. Will, of course, coming into that first intermissions, both these teams switch sides, but anything that the Hawks are going to change on their game plan. I mean, they gave up 3 goals to the Blue Wave, something that they probably didn't really see coming into this first period, but I think any changes on the game plan and schemes?
I think they're gonna look. They're definitely gonna look for a lot of plays in transition. They're probably gonna stop slowing up in the zone and looking for shots for the defensemen. Instead, they're gonna look for, you know, those jailbreak passes. They're gonna look for odd man rushes where they can capitalize in close.
So we're getting set here out in front. Of course, both these teams switched their respective sides as Punk dumped in all the way back, of course, but another big thing, just looking at right now, Bishop Hendricken switching out their goaltending. Right now, number 1, Avery Piccioni coming in for, subbing out for number 30, Colin Murray. So making the change at the goalie is something that Bishop Hendricken probably didn't want to have to do, but for this, I mean, giving up 3 goals in the first period of play, definitely something to try to make another adjustment to their game plan. So face-off one there by the Blue Wave behind the net of Piccioni. Darien getting set on the rush, but the Hawks moving quickly. Out in front towards Kreppen. Shot there saved, thing that was just going wide of the net.
Yeah, and that's an example of what we talked about, moving quick in transition and, you know, trying to catch Kreppen off guard there. You know, one of their better chances, instead of just slowing up and organizing an offense, they're trying to attack them where they're weak and get some speed going.
Yeah, I mean, you see the height on this Hendricken Hawks side, definitely towers over the Darien side, but so face-off one there by the Hawks. Darien applying that heavy pressure with Lancaster. Big hit there over on the near side. Puck over behind the net. Using the boards there is number 9, Matthew Giolano. Out in front, the Blue Wave. Shot from Lancaster. That one will be saved. Try to make a little poke going towards the end, but big shot there from Lancaster. But again, early on, the Hawks making those saves, something that they didn't really were doing in that first period of play. But of course, adding to that goaltending is always going to help.
You know, and that's just another great example of Schwinda Lancaster or Schwinda McNamara. They've been connecting all game long, that second line, and, you know, they keep connecting on those, you know, transition plays.
So face-off there, won by the Hawks. Sends that one all the way to the far side, and Quinn Kreppen calls off the pursuit as an icing. So, again, Darien, their offense has done really well this game, just highlighting, of course, Mark McNamara, the star of the game so far, 2 goals to his name, but coming into this second period of play, definitely the Hawks making those adjustments, try to get some more shots on Kreppen, definitely part of their game plan. So face-off in the Hendricken defensive side, won by the Hawks. Sending that one all the way against the boards once again. Connor McNamara fighting forward for Darien. That one goes behind the net of Kreppen, but Blue Wave trying to make it clear. Going out in front, Hendricken trying to get a shot, just missing the net of Kreppen. That was a shot there, number 15, Benjamin Tumul. Benjamin Tummel, excuse me, but again, puck over on the Hawks sides. Trying to evade the Darien press from Gardner-Ely. Puck in the neutral zone. Dumped in there, intercepted by Wadley. Wadley just trying to pitch that one off to Ely, but can't do so. Hit there going behind the net, Piccioni. Moving that puck along again, Darien. Trying to make a little bit of an open play as Hawks get a little bit, but Darien defense pounding that puck down over on the far boards. Blue Wave once again getting set, puck out. Over on the far side, the speedy Jack Mariska using all that speed to his advantage. Skates around some defenders, maybe trying to get a last-minute backhand. Using the stick out there is Piccioni for the save.
Yeah, he even drawed a penalty right there. It wasn't called, but that was clearly a trip.
Hit there from Mariska. Back at it again, shot there. That one's deflected off of number 12, Andrew Sosha. Another shot there off of Sosha's skate once again. As the Hawks try to reset, dumping that one in over in the neutral zone. As Kreppen will call that one off for another icing. So,
and that's just, you know, that example of Mariska right there has just been a problem for Bishop all game. You know, they're not gapping up with players. you know, they've left Mark McNamara with too much space, and, you know, they leave Jack Mariska there with too much space, and he almost, you know, is able to net one in close.
Yeah, you don't want to leave Jack Mariska a lot of open space. Going out in front with Piccioni. Blue Wave trying to set that one loose, but Piccioni will put the final stop on it. A lot of Darien players over there. Look like that's the third or fourth line for the Blue Wave. Timmy Davis and Ryan Thurlow out there trying to poke that loose, and Darien adding to that depth with that fourth line, making up, trying to get another shot on net. So face-offs coming with Elliott Lancaster. Face-off won there by the Hawks. Loose puck, that goes all the way into the stands, but 11:41 left to go in period number 2. You're watching this game on the DAF Media Network, joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Named Thomas Zuski, Will Jennings. So a guy could be here live inside the Darien Ice House. Two of the top teams in their respective states, Connecticut and Rhode Island, face on this Saturday afternoon in February. Face-off won there by the Blue Wave in the neutral zone. Dumped in there by Connor Kilroy, but intercepted by the Hawks. Moving along with that one, number 3, Griffin Crane. But Darien going behind the net with number 20, Connor McNamara. McNamara's shot forces Hendricken all the way to the back to try to make some evasive stops. But Darien on the press with Schwind. And that puck goes all the way back again, so another icing will be called. I think that's 3 icings in a row for the Hawks. So this Darien team hasn't seemed too worn out, but they've definitely skated along the ice a lot and putting 3 goals to their name. But again, this Darien team, they've used the boards well. They've definitely stopped any shots from getting on Crepin in the second period.
Yeah, and, you know, with that 3-0 cushion, they're definitely rotating that fourth line a ton. As you see, they're doing a great job of putting them on the ice when the puck is in the offensive zone for a face-off, and then they'll quickly take them out right after that puck gets transitioned down.
So once again, the Hawks moving closer. Save there from Crepin. Hawks trying to get a rebound, but that one just goes right at the net. Another shot there, going off the front pads of Crepin. Hendricken on a little bit of offensive rush, but Darien doing a nice job on defense trying to make a stop. As that one will be sent down all the way for an icing. So an icing going in favor of the Hawks. But again, that was just another 30 seconds of them on that line change, trying to put some more shots on. They did so, but once again, number 30, Quinn Crepin, puts more saves in Darien's favor.
You know, now, as we said, that fourth line, you know, 30 seconds and off. You know, Coach Bud not comfortable with that 3-0 lead, but, you know, he's going to use his depth as, you know, a lot of their top guys are tired right now as well.
So face-off won there by the Hawks. Circling around out front. Shot there. That one just goes high of Crepin. There's a shot there, number 12, Andrew Sosha. Big shot there from the Hawks. Definitely something they like to see in this second period. Back out in front. Crepin letting that puck go loose. Soft shot there. That was number 4, Gianni Fontenot. Shot there from Lancaster. Excuse me, Weibel. That one goes off the knee pads. Moving that puck along Hendricken once again, but stopped up by the Darien D. As that puck will go all the way. Looks like it hit number 3, Dylan Weibel, going for a line change.
Whitacombe hit Weibel on the line change there. And, you know, Weibel kind of just gave him a chuckle as he was going to the bench there. But, yeah, that'll just draw us a neutral zone face-off.
So neutral zone face-off coming up for both of these squads. Just under 10 minutes left to go in period number 2. Blue Wave getting set, moving this puck along well. Bishop Hendricken as well on the offensive side. Big hit there out in front over on the blue line. Aiden Elders going down.
Didn't look like Elders had the puck there, so maybe interference, but also pretty, you know, that's a nicely timed hit as the puck just got off his stick.
Elders intercepts it. Moving along for the Darien favor, dumps it in, but Hendricken recovering. Moving that puck along. Off of Elders once again. Big hit there. Mariska trying to recover, but that puck will be sent back to the neutral zone.
Yeah, and Elders is shaken up a bit after that hit as he kind of just trots back to the bench. You know, he looked, you know, kind of unaware after that hit. He got hit pretty hard, and he just stumbled back to the bench.
Yeah, I mean, definitely something you don't want to see. Aiden Elders was injured in that game against Fairfield Co-op. He did not play, but back here adding to this Darien side. Of course, breakout player for this Darien squad. Face-off won there by the Hawks. Quickly moving that puck along is Crane. Crane out in front near Kreppen. And number 30, once again, Quinn Kreppen puts a save on, stopping any offensive pursuits from this Bishop squad.
You know, and this period has just been sloppy from both teams. You know, just not a very energetic period from either team. Just a lot of ices back and forth, no sustained possession, and, you know, just keeping this 3-0 lead kind of where it is.
Yeah, the 3-0 lead for Darien hasn't changed since early on in that first period of play. Puck sent all the way over to Piccioni, but Darien firing once again. Lancaster save there. That one's going off the stick of Piccioni, but again, Elliott Lancaster 2 shots on net in this second period of play, so definitely adding to that Blue Wave offensive side. They've done well so far, especially on the defense. They've held this Bishop Hendricken team to no goals. I mean, they've had their respective shots on net, but nothing too crazy. Of course, Kreppen anchoring that back in the goal side.
You know, and Lancaster with the shot there, he's kind of starting a possession with that shot, looking for a rebound too, so one of their first sustained possessions of the period.
So face-off won there by the Blue Wave. Keeping that puck alive. Schwinn maybe looking for a little tip, just missed the net of Piccioni. Over in front, intercepted there by the Hawks. Trying to clear this Darien heavy attack. Over with Mark McNamara on a little bit of a hit. Back out in front, the Hawks. Darien keeping control of the puck, over with Lancaster. Sends it out in front. Hawks looking for some open space. Haven't doing well too much on the passing game today. It's been a little bit not on their side, but Darien's done really well in the passing game. They've found the open players out front, and they've really hit those boards well, especially on their shots.
Yeah, another ice there and a quick change, and, you know, we've been seeing that from both sides this period as, you know, these players on Bishop just look very fatigued. A lot of these guys, you know, they have a short bench here today, so a lot of these guys playing extra minutes and, you know, not able to get any offense going.
Puck out in front. Piccioni makes a big save there as a shot from number 25, Timmy Davis.
You know, the Wave capitalizing there, you know, that, you know, the fatigue for Bishop, so the Wave are able to capitalize there, and they've really controlled possession this period inside the offensive zone.
So face-off won there by the Blue Wave. Keeping that one strong. Huge hit.
Yeah,
Ryan. Like that one's going to draw a penalty. Number 6, Ryan Thurlow.
Ryan Thurlow is going to go off for a charge here as he didn't slow up going into that hit. Usually you got to take a couple steps and then glide into the hit. He just fully train railed his guy there.
So Ryan Thurlow going to the penalty box. 2-minute power play coming up for the Bishop Hendricken Hawks. And power plays definitely can change a lot of momentum in this one. I think the Hendricken Hawks, all they need is one shot for that one to go past Kreppen.
You know, and this period's definitely been a lot less exciting, so for the viewer as well, you know, getting that power play and Bishop Hendrickson, you know, that momentum will be key.
Yeah, momentum definitely can shift with these power plays, so Bishop Hendricken will be up on the 5-on-4 against this Wave squad. Moving out on the far side. Hawks trying to move that one along. Darien making it clear, but Elliott Lancaster taking himself over in the neutral zone. As the puck will soar all the way back behind the net of Piccioni. Hendricken resetting. Going on an odd man rush against this Darien D. Quickly moving along, skating out in front. Trying to get a shot, topples over the net of Kreppen. He goes down. That was number 23, Nicholas Stevens.
You know, it definitely feels like that bend, don't break philosophy is about to snap here as this puck's just been
shot there, and that one will go in. A tip there from Bishop Hendricken puts the power play goal as they get up on the scoreboard.
I guess you could call that the announcer jinx, as, you know, I just started talking about it. You know, that bend, don't break defense was definitely starting to break there. That puck was moving very quick around the zone. Everyone was touching it for Bishop. And, you know, they get that tip-in look in the high slot that they've been looking for all game.
It looked like that goal was number 14, John LaRose, a senior on this Hawk squad. We'll take another look at the replay. There's a shot there centered up. Looks like we'll see who got the tip. Looked like LaRose was out in front to get the tip, and he will be credited with the goal over on the PA. So cutting Darien's lead to now 2. Huge power play back to even strength, 5-on-5. The Hawks once again dumping that one over in the neutral zone. Darien D trying to recover out with Michael Niffen.
You know, and there's only so much Quinn Kreppen can do. You know, he's probably faced at least 20 to 25 shots this game, and, you know, they finally get a really good look from that slot area, and it defeats Kreppen.
So the Hawks get on the scoreboard with a period and a half of no score, as out in front. Kreppen making a nice diving stop, as, like I said, the Hawks cutting Darien's lead to now just 2. Still tough to come back trying to tie this game, but again, the Hawks a very speedy threat as they move along over in their offensive side. Shot saved on the ground by Kreppen. Moving that puck along. Mark McNamara again and Elliott Lancaster trying to put some pressure on the Darien offense. McNamara sends that one out to Schwinn. Slap shot there, just missed the net of Piccioni.
Yeah, Schwinn tried to set up, you know, open up for that one-timer there, and, you know, instead of going and attacking the puck, you know, that puck was tipped away, unfortunately.
Schwinn once again fighting for it. Hawks moving that behind their own net. Elliott Lancaster, but puck going back in their favor of number 14, John LaRose of the Hawks. Puck staying with Lancaster. Schwinn sends that one over to George Persinger. Persinger hit over on the boards as Hawks send that one all the way to the opposite side of the ice for coast-to-coast icing on that one. So stopping up the play a little bit, but again, Hendricken puts the lone goal on their side for the scoreboard, so definitely adds a little bit more pressure to Darien's side now that they're only up by 2, but still this Darien team's holding on really well offensively and defensively.
Yeah, Darien's just really fatiguing them with their, you know, marquee cycle that they run every game, and, you know, the players moving around the zone with a lot of passes have just...
Shot out near in front with Piccioni, trying to put a tip on that one was number 3, Dylan Weibel, as the net will be moved. Piccioni going down on the ground, as the referees will blow the whistle on that one to stop up the play.
You know, other than that power play, you know, you see another great opportunity there, but Darien's really drained them this period. You know, every chance they get to ice the puck will be iced, and there will be a line change. So Darien just doing a great job of using their possessions to, you know, skate around the zone and tire these guys out.
Nice pressure there from Darien. Number 3, Dylan Weibel tried to add a little ice to that momentum on that shot, but that one will be called off. Net move, so 5:11 left to go in period number 2. Face-off won by the Hendricken Hawks. Dumping that one in over behind the net of Kreppen. Darien trying to make some defensive clears. Again, puck up in the air. Weibel hustling for it, is trying to stop the icing, but that one will be called. So another face-off will be going in the Darien defensive side. Of course, just under 5 minutes left to go in period number 2. You're watching this game on the DAF Media Network, joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. I'm Tom Zewski, Will Jennings. So the guy could be here live inside the Darien Ice House. Clash between one of the top teams in the state of Connecticut and the top teams in the state of Rhode Island.
You know, definitely a different period this go around, as Darien's been playing a lot of keep away. Other than that, you know, power play goal for Bishop.
Yeah, we haven't seen Darien too aggressive on the shots on net, as that one will be saved up by Kreppen. Looks like Hendricken thought that maybe was in. Trying to put a tip on it was number 23, Nick Stevens. But a huge stop up there by Kreppen, adding to that Darien goaltending side. Yeah, again, like you said, this game so far has, or excuse me, this second period of play has been a lot of keep away. This Darien team hasn't been too aggressive on the shots on net, and just really focusing on keeping Hendricken not on the sides of the offensive pursuit. So face-off won by the Blue Wave. Sending that one along in front was McNamara, but stopped up by the Hawks' defensive side. Moving that along, Blue Wave, but backhand shot there. Huge hit over on the far side was Nick Stevens. We'll scrum over on the far side boards. Both teams just trying to look for it behind the net of Quinn Kreppen. Schwinn's fighting for that one, but that one will be dumped by number 26, Frank Tillinghast. On the ground, number 9, Aiden Elders. Elders centering that one out for Lancaster, can't do so. Heavy hits coming from both sides of these squads. Puck staying with Darien Schwind. Skating ability back out to the blue line. Niffen over to Schwind. Schwind on the ground, shot off the body of Elliot Lancaster.
And Lancaster, another retaliation penalty there as he slashes, that defenseman in front. He got a cross check from that defenseman, and, the ref in any hockey game always calls the retaliation. And, that's been the problem with Lancaster all year, just taking way too many retaliation penalties. And there's another one right there.
That's a prime example. Elliot Lancaster, of course, trying to be aggressive a little bit over in front of the net of Piccioni, but he's going to get called on that one. So Bishop Hendricken, again, they scored on the power play, their first power play today. Now they have another one. So this Darien defense definitely has to be extra cautious on this heavy power play coming up from the Hawks.
Just a 2-goal lead, and that's not a great play from your captain there. Not a smart choice.
So the Hawks, shot there, saved up by Kreppen in front of the net, using his body out wide. So out in front, Darien trying to make a clear, and a huge clear going on the boards. He'll kill some penalty on that one as number 24, James Troy, made the clear on that one for the Blue Wave. So the Hawks will have to go from coast to coast to get any sort of shot on net.
Yeah, you do not want to let this puck movement get started for the Hawks. As you saw last time, they were really connecting on their power play.
So once again, the Blue Wave trying to clear that one is Persinger. Sends that one shot there from the Hawks, staved up by number 30, Quinn Kreppen. A minute 13 left to go on the Bishop Hendricken Hawks power play. So this is definitely the time the Hawks trying to put another goal on the net. I mean, Darien still has that 2-goal commanding lead, but again, power plays are something that can be deadly in high school hockey, as face-off won by the Hawks. Moving that one along. Stopped up by Schwind as he's going to make a clear over the neutral zone, but intercepted by Bishop. Moving that one along, Connor McNamara over to Charlie Schwind. Schwind sends that one again in the neutral zone. Jack Mariska trying to get a little bit possession in that puck, can't do so.
Yeah, he was trying to chip that past his defender for the breakaway. Really good recovery from that defenseman, however.
So the Hawks getting set once again in their offensive zone on the power play. Blue line pass. Over the side, maybe a little shot on there, deflected off the skate of Charlie Schwind as he does a wraparound on the boards, but that one picked up by Hendricken. Shot there as that one goes in.
And Schwind, he blocks that shot at the point, and, he's stinging a little bit there, so he tries to rim it out of the zone. Unfortunately, he feeds the Bishop point. The point man moves it inside to the slot, and that's another high slot goal where, that man is left wide open.
Number 21, Colton Simus, the freshman on this Hendricken squad, cuts down Darien's lead to now just 1.
And that all starts just a bad play from Elliot Lancaster. You're a captain on this team. That retaliation kills you. Just taking a really stupid penalty there and leading to another goal.
So only a 1-goal lead now for the Blue Wave. They were up by 3. Now it's just 1. So minute and 50 left to go in period number 2. Much more added pressure to this Darien bench. Hendricken's been playing a lot of fluid hockey this second period of play, trying to keep it up on the offensive zone. Moving that puck along out in front, going behind the net of Kreppen. Darien just trying to maybe make it clear with Jack Mariska. Mariska being speedy out in front, just dumps that one into the Hendricken zone. Puck sent over on the left side in the neutral zone. Skating around is Crane. Crane on the backhand. No shot there. Deflected up by Lancaster. Big hit over on the blue line, no call.
And it seems like coming into the period, the Wave thought that this game would just disappear into the stat sheet as a win, but that's certainly not the case, when you're playing one of the best teams in Rhode Island.
So Hawks with 53 seconds left to go in period number 2. Send that puck along behind the net of Kreppen.
And the Wave have just gotten outplayed this period, simply outplayed. Like those power play opportunities, the sustained transition play, everything, they have not been as fast as the Hawks.
A lot of physicality coming from the Hawks side. They look to try to add one more. Moving that along, Whitcomb fighting for it. Backhand, that one will be sent off out of the ice rink, but Again, 30 seconds left to go. Face-off coming up in the Darien defensive zone. Their defense has done well all game, but this Hawks team definitely creeping up on Darien. I think they're a little bit blindsided, but again, like you said, it's not going to be as easy as a win they thought it was going to be in the first period of play, so their offense is still going to have to show up, and their defense keep doing what they're doing. Yeah,
they need to start limiting those sloppy turnovers in the D zone, as you know, those sloppy turnovers are leading to numerous goals for the Hawks right now.
So the Hawks staying with possession over at the blue line. Tillinghast. Shot there, recovered up by the Hawks, keeping it in their own blue line, as that one's intercepted by Jack Mariska. Yeah, moving that puck along, trying to find James Troy, as Piccioni will put a stop on that one. So just under 10 seconds left to go in this second period of play. And like you said, 2 power plays for the Hawks leads to 2 goals. So Darien, they're definitely going to have to watch out. Referees calling power plays. They're going to have to make this game a 5-on-5 even strength hockey. It's what they did well in the first period of play. Going into the third period, definitely something that they want to continue.
And you know, with the way the Hawks are playing right now, this game definitely feels more like a 0-0 score. You know, the momentum has completely shifted, whereas earlier the Wave had all of the energy on their side.
So quick out in front as time expires. So the Blue Wave still lead 3-2 as we hit second intermission. So Will, 2 power plays and 2 goals for the Bishop Hendricken side. Darien, pretty much the offense was quiet throughout that second period of play. I mean, they had their good shots on net with Schwind and Mariska, obviously, and then their defense was producing as well. But again, 2 goals on those 5-on-4 unevens on the power play. So going to the third period of play, any adjustments Darien or Bishop need to make?
Yeah, Darien definitely has some adjustments they need to make. They're kind of killing themselves this game. They're shooting themselves in the foot with sloppy penalties. Terrible. Not great effort on the ice out there, just taking lazy penalties. And if Darien wants to win this game, they got to come out in this third period with the energy they played with in the first. They need to be, jumping on them in transition and really capitalizing with their speed.
So the Bishop Hendricken Hawks offense was there in that second period. They cut Darien's lead down to just 1. We'll take a quick break going into the third period of play. We'll be right back on the DAF Media Network.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all of this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
And back here live on the DAF Media Network, 30 minutes of hockey gone, 15 left to go. As Bishop Hendricken makes this a tight game. Darien still with the lead, 3-2, but after 2 power plays in that second period of play, they've inched back, so now they're only down by 1. Of course, coming into this third period of play, Hendricken, they're looking hot. This Darien team, their offense, definitely have to strike first.
Yeah, they got to stop on defense, shooting themselves in the foot, as we alluded to earlier, and just play that transition hockey.
So face-off won by the Blue Wave. Moving quickly is Darien on the backhand shot. Mariska, that one just going right at the net. Jack Mariska has a goal in this one, and try maybe put a number 2 on that one as Bishop Hendricken takes control of the puck, but Blue Wave stop it up at the blue line. Moving that puck along. Hendricken behind their own net. Moving towards into the neutral zone. The puck move along there. That one's going to go look all the way for an icing. So, again, like you said, in that second period of play, Darien was playing a little bit less than what they were in that first period of play. It was almost like a 0-0 game in that second period of play, I think you said. So, again, Darien, they need to really just boost that offense. Their defense has that confidence. They've done well throughout the game with those guys of Connor Kilroy and Michael Niffen, but definitely going to have to add to it in this third period. Again, Connor Kilroy, a little soft shot there on the ground, but stopped up by Hendricken. Moving along to the blue line, in a shot, glove saved by number 30, Quinn Kreppen.
And, you know, speed matching speed here early, as we saw Elders and Mariska almost connect on a goal in front. And then we see, you know, that Bishop Hendricken rush where, you know, they take it wide and try and get a shot to the middle, and, you know, they almost score off that, you know, short side rebound.
So moving that puck along again, Michael Niffen sending that over to Connor Kilroy. Blue Wave trying to make some moves in the neutral zone, but Hendricken doing well, just trying to clear the puck around. Darien getting set out. Number 19, Elliot Lancaster, skates along. Referees blow the whistle. Looks like an offsides call against Elliot Lancaster. Of course, today is just the first of 3 games coming up this evening at the Darien Ice House. Next up, the New Canaan boys team will take on the St. Joseph Cadets, and then after that, in the nightcap, the Darien girls hockey team will take on the Greenwich Cardinals. So 2 more games slated on for this Darien Ice House schedule tonight. Moving that puck along once again, the Blue Wave, but Hendricken getting a nice little rush. Over in front, dumping it in. Shot there, saved by Kreppen on the right side.
Another amazing save from Quinn Kreppen there, as, you know, that saucer pass goes over the defenseman's stick, and Kreppen was in the right place.
Hendricken out in front, a little saucer shot there, backhand saved by Kreppen once more. Out in front, Darien trying to make it clear. Hendricken going on the heavy offensive rush as Darien finally gets that one out of contention.
Kreppen with those cat-like reflexes, you know, smaller goalie, but a lot of really quick, you know, fast butterfly split saves there.
Back out in front, Darien making it clear. Chasing that one over number 22, Quinn Kilroy and Timmy Davis. Out in front, puck back out to Hendricken, so they're going to reset behind their own net. Still number 1, Avery Piccioni in net. Hendricken making it clear, but Darien defense there with number 8, James Whitcomb. Make it clear on that one on the Darien's 4th line. And referees will blow the whistle on that one. So, again, this Blue Wave squad, they dodged a little bit of bullet. I mean, Hendricken had 2 to 3 nice shots against Quinn Kreppen, but using those acrobats, especially in the butterfly, to stop those up, definitely huge on Darien's favor as this Bishop team is really clawing back.
Yeah, you know, Quinn Kreppen's been under siege all game long, and, you know, he's made at least 5 to 10 highlight reel, you know, worthy saves today. Just really doing a great job.
So puck sent all the way back down, another icing called, but again, like you said, without Quinn Kreppen in the net tonight for the Blue Wave, things might have gone differently. I mean, they're still up by 1, so they're going to have to keep it that way on the defensive side or move along heavily on the offense, try to increase that score margin. But with a team like Hendricken, a little bit of a slow start in the first period of play. Second period it picked up, but right now they're doing really well with those shots on net.
Yeah, you know, the fact that this game is only 3-2 and, you know, not 5-3 Bishop is very surprising. And, you know, you got to give all the credit to Quinn Kreppen with those saves you mentioned he's been making. all night long.
So puck going behind the net of Piccioni. James Troy, number 24 for the Blue Wave, sends that one back as the Hawks try to make some clear back out in front of their own net. Sending that one around, number 11, James Carrera, stopped up. A little bit physical contact, number 15, Jack Mariska, over at that blue line as the referee stopped up that play.
Yeah, just one more extra move there by Mariska, draws the offsides. You know, they probably had numbers going the other way, but, you know, that toe drag just, you know, catches the last man offsides there.
So Darien trying to look for an open puck after the face-off. Mark McNamara, Michael Niffen out there for the Blue Wave. Again, this is probably one of Darien's most talented lines out there with Schwind. Now Mark McNamara along with Elliot Lancaster. Darien trying to make it clear along with heavy Bishop Hendricken attack. Out in front, just missing the stick. That was number 6, Mason Crane. As the Blue Wave will send that puck all the way to the far boards.
You know, and if the Wave want to hold on to this lead, that second line's got to start stepping up here. You know, early in this period, they got to start getting some scoring chances and, you know, give some cushion here for the Wave.
Back out in front, shot there from Lancaster, just missing the net of Avery Piccioni. And that one will be stopped up by Piccioni. He'll stop the play on that one. So Darien getting a nice little look on the offensive opportunity. You take another look at that replay. Blue Wave just got right on front. Lancaster, a nice shot on goal, but stopped up by Piccioni, and it's just been what the trend has been in this game. Darien's been making those nice shots in the second and then for the start of this third period, but again, Piccioni making that goalie adjustment has done well, and this Hendricken team can't seem to get past number 30, Quinn Kreppen.
Yeah, the second line, you know, as we mentioned, they do step up on that shift and definitely foreshadows some good things to come for the Wave.
Heavy out in front, Hendricken putting that one along, number 10, Gardner Ely, huge hit there. Dylan Weibel going down on the ice.
Yeah, Weibel just wasn't ready there, and, you know, he hasn't, you know, really had his best game today, as, you know, they've been catching him off guard with a couple of hits, and, you know, fortunately enough, he gets back to the bench as he took a second shot coming out of the zone.
Yeah, Dylan Weibel, definitely a key player for this Darien team. He had a goal against Fairfield Co-op on Monday, so he's been one of those guys that he can go on the physical side as well as the offensive side. He's done well throughout the entirety of the year. One of those players that add to the depth of MacBug's squad.
Yeah, definitely one of the highlight players to watch out for. Just not his cleanest game today.
Huge hit there. Jack Mariska going down the ground. Bishop Hendricken looking for a little open lane, and they will. Number 3, Griffin Crane goes past number 30, Quinn Kreppen on the rebound, and we are tied at 3.
You know, and like I mentioned earlier, the Wave just, they, you know, early in that first period, 3-0, very quick, you know, back-to-back-to-back goals, and now, you know, you see that kind of crowd noise and that energy from the Wave side completely dip down. And, you know, as we mentioned in that second period, this game has been 0-0 for a while, and it is 0-0 now.
Something you didn't want to see if you're a Darien fan, but tied at 3 right now. This Bishop team is moving along fast. So a goal by number 3, Griffin Crane, tied at 3. Charlie Schwinn moving it up quickly on the blue line for the Blue Wave. And Darien trying to reset. Connor Kilroy. Bishop getting a nice little look. Darien defense, little error going out in front. One-on-one with Kreppen. Saved there off the right pad as he will skate right into the net. That was number 14, John LaRose, has a goal tonight as he skates right into the Darien net.
You know, and since that first period of play, Darien has not deserved to win this game. You know, they have just lacked the effort, the intensity we saw in that first period, and they need to get back to that style of play. They need to get back to the transition hockey and, you know, high-flying plays.
So face-off one there by the Blue Wave. Mariska and McNamara fighting for it. James Troy skating for that one, but Bishop over on the defensive side doing excellent. Mariska with a loose puck. Out in front, trying to put that one in is Aiden Elders, and he will, but looks like the referees are calling off any goal. So Aiden Elders there had a great shot. Looked like it might have gone in, but tough to see here from where me and you are standing, but right there still tied at 3 apiece.
Yeah, that was definitely a tough one as, you know, Mariska connected with Elders' back door there and, you know, kind of hit off Elders' shin pad, but I do believe Elders was in that crease area, and, you know, that's why they call it off there. Or maybe I believe they probably called it off for the kicking motion of the skate there from Elders.
So nevertheless, still tied at 3 apiece. 9:35 left to go in this game. Bishop looking for a little bit of an open spot. Blue Wave definitely hungry after that play from Maiden Elders.
Yeah, definitely a good sign to see, that line of Mariska and Elders get going for this team, as they need a desperation attempt here, just 3-3.
So McNamara sends it over to Mariska. Elders and Mariska using his hand to put that one down. Fighting for it over in the blue line. Sending out Darien. Second line, it's been hot all game. Of course, number 12, Mark McNamara. A special addition to this second line.
He's definitely been special here tonight. If you're just tuning in, McNamara 2 quick goals in the first, and he's definitely been all the hype tonight with that line change.
So behind the net, Lancaster out in front with Schwinn, just missing the net of Piccioni. Sending that one back, Bishop. Moving that one along in the neutral zone. Darien fighting for it. Lancaster trying to get a loose puck, but staying with Bishop. Moving that one near and dear is Schwind, as he now takes possession, going through the neutral zone, skating along. Stopped up there by Crane. Moving that one, no call there from the referee on the icing side, so Bishop will reset. Darien on the line change. Bringing out that third line is the Blue Wave, as they're going to try to make some stops on the defensive side, keep this play going along.
The Wave still playing some sloppy hockey, and, that's led to another goal this period, and, not many chances offensively this period, so they need to start connecting on these passes, breaking out of the zone.
So out in front, offsides called over at the Darien blue line side. Get a face-off coming up, 7:56 left to go in regulation. Darien Blue again, of course, watching this game on the DAF Media Network, joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Name Tomaszewski, Will Jennings, so that I could be here live from the Darien Ice House. Out in front, Bishop. Shot just centering around the trip there. Delayed penalty coming up.
Yeah.
That one's going to be going against number 6 for the Wave, Ryan Thurlow.
Yeah, Ryan Thurlow just took out his man in front trying to save a goal there. They would rather the penalty than that, be batted in there right in that crease area. So Thurlow, I think, that is a power play, but I do think that's the correct decision by Thurlow, a younger guy on this team, to just trip his defender, or his player.
Thurlow went a little bit more physical than maybe he should have, but again, Darien getting set here for another penalty kill. But right now, Bishop's 2 for 2 on the power play, so right now, all they need is one good shot against Quinn Crepin.
I don't mind the play from Thurlow there, but as you said, this power play has been, popping as of late, so we'll see what they can do.
Well, with Bishop's power play ability skills, as that one's going to be a snipe from the blue line, saved up by Crepin. I mean, if you look at the stat sheet, Bishop is 2 for 2 on the power play, so Darien playing a little extra physicals, probably going to hurt them in the later on. Their penalty kill throughout the year has been really well, but today against Bishop, it hasn't been going too well. 0 for 2 on the penalty kill. Bishop on the face-off win. Darien just needs to hold for 1 minute and 45 seconds back to even strength. Over at the blue line, shot. Off the right pad of Crepin. Rebound again, that one goes behind the net. That was a shot there, number 5, Devin Exter. Once again, back in front of the blue line. Bishop can control the puck. Schwinn trying to poke it loose, he will. Schwinn and Lancaster going down on the short-handed side. Dumps that one in, trip over there, no call.
Yeah, Lancaster threw a bit of an elbow there, but no call, as you said.
Out in front, laying out his bodies, Connor Kilroy. As Blue Wave try to get that one. Huge shot there from George Persinger going into the Darien bench side, stopping up the play. 6:40 left to go in regulation, 1:12 left to go in the power play for the Hawks.
And Schwinn just hasn't really had that quick first step ability today. He kind of loses his footing on that block shot at the point, and usually we see him, that breakaway speed. He hasn't really had that similar edge today.
So face off going all the way to the other side with Elders. As Darien will add to that penalty kill side, the Hawks are going to be forced to reset. Going from downtown, skating along. Trying to go past Mariska, hits him a little bit. Darien trying to make it clear with number 2, George Persinger. Blue Wave moving along, puck back out the blue line. Sends it over to the circle. Back up top to the point. Bishop moving these pucks along well. Tries to get a shot out, but they stopped up there. Number 15, Jack Mariska for the Wave.
Yeah, this puck movement on all three of these power plays, the puck movement has been impeccable from the Hawks here today.
So back over at the blue line. Sends it over to the left side. One timer there, just missed Kreppen. Trying to get that laying his body out in front.
I mean, Kreppen genuinely has had zero help this game. That's just another 3 rebound saves he eats up there by himself. No defensive help there.
So Darien does well on the penalty kill as they bring it back to even strength hockey. I mean, Bishop Hendricken right there, they had almost a complete possession control during that power play, but Darien did a huge job on the penalty kill to bring that one into their favor.
Yeah, you know, Bishop right there, they were able to get any look that they wanted. They really had those Darien defenders spread out, and, you know, that puck movement was getting those defenders side to side, and, you know, they chose to go for that rebound, and Kreppen was there to stand it up.
So face-off won by the Blue Wave, back to 5-on-5 even strength. Shot there just going to the right of Avery Piccioni. Now they're on the far side. Heavy hits over. Puck staying now at number 20, Connor McNamara. McNamara sails the puck away. Bishop fighting for it, but Darien's holding on strong. Schwinn with the lone possession. Sending that one over to Wadley. Back out in front, but that one recovered by the Darien D in the neutral zone. Again, Wadley using the glass on that one to make it clear. Puck stopped up there. Huge hit over on the near side by number 21, John Wadley. Darien and Bishop playing extra physical, but Schwinn lines it up, shot just going to the right of Piccioni.
Yeah, that was right off the butt of his stick there. Almost had that one for Schwinn.
Elders, a little bit of a sore pass there, but that one just going wide of the net. Shot there from Elders. Loose puck up in front, stopped up by Avery Piccioni, and this game, the intensity is definitely increasing inside the Darien Ice House. Both of these teams neck and neck.
Yeah.
Tied 3 apiece, and right now the offense is really just shifting between Darien or Bishop.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. It's a 50-50 hockey game right now. You know, you're seeing a lot of transition plays for both teams, and it almost looks like kind of a, you know, a preview of overtime, essentially, you know, where, you know, overtime, an 8-minute period, you see a lot of transition.
Shot out in front. Darien trying to get a shot on it was Aiden Elders, just missing the net. Puck staying the offensive side of the Blue Wave.
It looked like Elders had the entire net there as he just, you know, wasn't able to get all of that puck. But
moving forward quickly is Bishop. George Persinger fighting for it behind the net. Bishop sending that one out far, but Darien making it clear. Persinger over to Troy. Shot there, saved by Kreppen over on the right blocker. Mariska and Troy on the 2-on-1. Stopping it up quickly, sends it over to Troy, trying to tap that one in, but no good. Another second chance shot there by Mariska, just missing the net. As that one will sail all the way down to Quinn Kreppen, resetting Darien's offensive chances with a line change.
You know, in that wraparound chance for Mariska there, it looked like he had option center and he decided to take the shot, and, you know, just a really good kick save from, you know, Bishop's goalie.
Elders again, or excuse me, Lancaster back out there. Shot there, just going high. Another snipe there from number 14, John LaRose. Lancaster now with control of the puck. Sending it over to his partner, Schwinn. Schwinn just missing his open man there of Lancaster down in the center, so Darien will reset. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in regulation. Lancaster with a little open spot. Tries to take it himself. That one just going behind the net. Sails it back over to Schwinn. No look over on the far side, but recovering that is number 20, Connor McNamara.
Yeah, Mark McNamara, you know, Schwinn was looking for him there in the high slot, and, you know, at the last second, one of the defensemen got their stick in there to break it up.
Again, intensity increasing. Bishop hasn't had too many offensive looks as of late. Darien defense keeping them at bay. Moving that puck along high. That one will go all the way out into the netting. So just under 2 minutes left to go. Watching this game on the DAF Media Network. Joint venture team, the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. William Tomaszewski, Will Jennings. So they could be here inside the Darien Ice House on this Saturday in February.
You know,
Darien versus Rhode Island.
Barring any, you know, extreme situations, we probably will see overtime here. And, you know, it's going to be a very highly skilled overtime period as you're seeing, you know, back and forth transition play this period.
Another high puck. That one goes into the mesh, but of course there's only 1:50 left to go, so really anything is possible up and down to the wire. But again, I mean, Darien's last game went into overtime against Fairfield Co-op. That one ended in a tie after the 8-minute OT, so anything really is possible. Persinger wins the face-off, sends that one over to Mariska, over to number 9, Aiden Elders.
You know, these goalies are, you know, both respective goalies are being overwhelmed this period. So the amount of offense, it does kind of seem like they have to, you know, just get fatigued and let one up at some point.
Yeah, moving that puck heavily along, sending that one over to Crepin. Persinger, huge hit there, but recovers, gives it one to Elders and Troy. Mariska 3-on-2. Elders centers it up. Backhand shot there out in front. Darien looking for an open spot, but can't do so. Fighting for it is Connor Kilroy. Slap shot there, just missed by Mariska.
Kilroy, really good pinch, you know, at that blue line area as he holds that possession for the Wave. But we'll see an ice come down this way. And that's, you know, you see Connor Kilroy do that all the time. That's a huge play in this moment of the game. He makes 2 pinches, he poke checks twice, and, you know, keeps that possession and almost leads to a Mariska goal.
So 56 seconds left to go in regulation. Of course, both of these teams are powerhouses, and they've played well so far in these periods. But this Darien team, all they need is one shot on net. Trying to go past Avery Piccioni, but right now Darien will get the advantage on the face-off side. Face-off one there by the Hendricken Hawks. Sending one back along. They're going behind their own net, but Darien with the heavy press. Puck in the neutral zone. Kilroy clearing it out over to Schwinn. Schwinn using the boards on that one. 40 seconds left to go in regulation. Lancaster getting hit hard, but Darien recovering that one on the defensive side. McNamara chasing it down. Gonna let that one go all the way for almost an icing, but McNamara taking that one as the puck slows down. McNamara on the charge, all alone over on the Darien bench side. Moves that puck along. He's taking it himself.
He's got his head up. He's looking for players around the net for his brother in the slot.
Out in front. Darien, all they need is just one good shot. Schwinn now with the puck. 5 seconds left to go. Darien trying to get open, but Bishop will take control of it as the seconds wind down, and we are going to overtime here at the Darien Ice House, tied at 3.
You know, and it seemed, you know, with the way Bishop was playing in those last few moments, it seems like they were, you know, sufficient with just going to overtime and, you know, taking that, you know, you do get a point, I believe, for a tie and, you know, or you know, a loss. But, however, they do go to overtime, and, you know, this is going to be a true test for the Wave.
So 2 overtime games in a row for the Blue Wave. First one ended in a tie on Monday night over at the Martiri Family Arena, but now we're inside. They're the home team at the Darien Ice House. Let's see what both these teams do. We'll step aside. We'll be right back for overtime. And back here live on the DAF Media Network. And we have hit overtime coming up here inside the Darien Ice House. So overtime, 8 minutes on the clock, 3-3 your score. Face-off one there by the Hawks, but puck going back into the neutral zone. Sending that one along, Bishop Hendricken, both these teams just need one goal and it will end it. Back out in front, Hendricken intercepted there by Persinger. Darien coming in strong with Charlie Schwinn. Schwinn makes some nice wraparound moves out in front, just missing the one-timer of Elliott Lancaster.
Really good in and out move from Schwinn, and Lancaster
back out in front, Lancaster just missing the net. Hits off the iron steel bars. John Wadley now with it. Back over to Persinger. Huge turn of events right there. A lot of momentum shifting on that one. Shot there from Schwinn and then back out to Lancaster.
Yeah, that Lancaster shot, the entire net was open. Unfortunately, that saucer pass from Schwinn missed Lancaster's stick.
So Darien once again resetting. Number 15, Jack Mariska. Mariska moving along over on the side, slows it up. Trying to center it back out, but Bishop all over the place. Sends a shot all the way near from the Darien bench, just missing. Another shot from number 20, Connor McNamara. A lot of shots coming from the Blue Wave in just the first minute of OT.
You know, and the Wave need to jump on them quick. That's how they're going to score and, you know, hopefully capitalize on this chance to get a win here.
Bishop Hendricken hasn't seen too much action so far in OT on the offensive side-wise. They've done well holding this Darien team, as that one will go for an icing. 6:35 left to go in overtime. But again, 3-3 your score. I mean, for Darien coming into this game, obviously they probably weren't the favorites. They're playing probably one of the best teams in the state of Rhode Island. But, of course, Bishop Hendricken, it's tied right now. Really, Darien could get their first ever historical win against Bishop Hendricken Hawks. So face-off one there by Bishop. Moving that along behind their own net of Avery Piccioni. Again, back out in front. Moving that puck along. Sending it over on the far sides. Darien's just going to dump that one in. Hawks defense trying to prevail as they sail that puck all the way over near the Zamboni garage. But again, this Bishop team, they really transitioned well, and especially through those second and third periods of play, they really improved their game a lot. And even Darien, their intensity went up, especially in that third period of play, tried to get some more shots on net. But of course, Bishop went down from a 3-0 deficit, tied this game, so definitely a lot of credit to them.
Yeah, and their goalie as of late has just been stopping, you know, pretty much any look coming from the Wave, and, you know, that's been saving them in the last bit of the third and overtime thus far.
So face-off one by the Blue Wave. Sending that one along behind the net of Quinn Kreppen. Moving it along Mariska. Tries to put that one in the air, but Bishop Hendricken stopping that one, keeping the puck in their defensive zone. Shot there underground, saved by Kreppen. Persinger trying to make it clear. Troy fighting for that puck over on the near side. Darien will take possession of it with Elders. Elders gets a shot just off the knee pad of Avery Paccioni.
Another great save, as you know, Paccioni has just had a game today, simply put. Same with Kreppen, and it's been Paccioni as of late coming up big.
Avery Piccioni, definitely one of the top players for the Hendricken team for the second and third period of play. Shot there, just going on the ground. Missing number 26, Frank Tillinghast, as that one just goes away. Blue Wave are going to reset with just above 5 minutes left to go in OT. Both these teams playing aggressive. The Blue Wave sending that one down as the referees blow their whistle, calling an icing on that one. So, again, like you said, this Bishop team, they've done well as of late, especially in the goal. Number 1, Avery Piccioni, coming in for number 30, Colin Murray. So doing a great job keeping this game at bay. They haven't let up any Darien goals since those original 3.
You know, and, you know, Piccioni, you know, they probably will rotate their goalies throughout the season, but he definitely expected to sit today, and he's done a great job of, you know, changing his game plan, coming in and coming up clutch for his team.
So again, the Blue Wave getting set. Moving that along with Lancaster. Big hit there over on the far side over by the Hawks bench as that puck's going to be sent along. Darien fighting for it with Lancaster going out of the net is Piccioni. Sending it over for Schwinn. Save there from Piccioni on the pads. Moving that back along is number 11, James Carrera. Carrera on the shot, just missing the net of Crepin. Darien going to reset behind their own net, moving that one along. Now Mark McNamara sends that one in all the way to Schwinn, and icing will be called. Another face-off going into Hendricken favor, all the way back on the opposite side, the Darien side.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to use that jailbreak play with Schwinn. You know, usually they try and chip it up to Mariska through the neutral zone. They were trying to use Schwinn there, spring him for a breakaway. And unfortunately, that pass was just a couple feet too far ahead of Schwinn, and goes down for icing.
So another face-off coming up inside the Darien defensive zone. Face-off won there by the Hawks. Sent on the ground, and Quinn Crepin making a nice scoop there on the glove side. Moves that one along. Again, 4:18 left to go in overtime.
You know, both of these goalies just, we've mentioned it, quite a lot today, but really just a ton of respect for them and their games. Not a ton of help and really good offenses they're facing, so a lot of really good saves.
So face-off one, they're going behind the net. Bishop Hendricken getting set. Darien defense trying to move that one around on the defensive side. Bishop Hendricken not getting any shots as Darien gets a little bit on the fast break with James Troy. Troy moving along, huge hit over on the circle as that one will be moved along. Elders making it clear.
Almost looked like he was taking a hit to make a play as Elders scooped that up off the Karam bounce there.
So Elders, after the James Troy hit, gets possession with the puck as Darien moves along with a line change. Elders on the shot, going off the blocker of Piccioni. A little soft shot there from Elders, maybe trying to get a little bit speed change as Carrera moves his puck along for the Hawks. Carrera going down in the ground. Big hit there from number 20 for the Wave, Connor McNamara. As the Hawks get once again set, number 22, Nathan Marshall. Marshall chips that one down, going behind the net of Crepin. Blue Wave going down. Darien trying to get a loose puck with Charlie Schwinn, but Darien defense still holding on strong. There's above 3 minutes left to go in this overtime, about halfway through. Puck staying with the Hawks. Using the boards on that one, number 6, Mason Crane. The Hawks putting pressure on this Darien team right now. Out in front, Darien trying to make it clear with McNamara. Gives this one a one-on-one with Schwinn. Schwinn using some speed. Nice clear there from number 5, Devin Exter. As Darien Blue Wave will try to reset. Schwinn on the shot. Just missing. That one going to go off the stick of number 6, Mason Crane.
Yeah, he was trying to survey the zone as he normally does, and he didn't hear the footsteps, so he got pickpocketed there. But, almost able to connect on that jailbreak pass and a breakaway.
Persinger trying to go for a little bit of a poke, but puck will stay in the neutral zone in the favor of the Blue Wave. Shot there from James Troy. That's going to be a glove save by Piccioni.
I mean, I haven't really watched a lot of film on Piccioni, but, he's been lights out today. I mean, that's just not a save that should be made by any goalie, any level. Just that close to the net, that type of shot going to the left corner, and he flashes the glove there. Just insane stuff from Piccioni today.
So again, once again, so it looks like we're going to get a timeout taken by Bishop Hendricken. Of course, I want to give a quick shout out to our DAF Media crew, bringing you all the sights and sounds in this one. Will Eriks, Thomas Cavallo, Thomas Ponte, Kenny, Aranatagi, Ram, Krishnan doing a great job today, and Will James, obviously great to have you on the hockey call as well. So both these teams talking it over, 2:11 left to go in overtime. Watching this game in the DAF Media Network. We'll be right back. Back here live on the DAF Media Network, 2:11 left to go in overtime. Darien has had some nice chances on the offensive sides, but none other than the goaltender, number 1, Avery Piccioni, has made huge saves that kept Bishop Hendricken alive in this game.
You know, you see James Troy's reaction to that shot, and, you know, that's, you know, really how everyone in the rink felt. I mean, that save was just, you know, eye-popping, and James Troy could not believe what he just saw.
Face-off won there by Bishop. Of course, James Troy had that overtime goal against New Canaan earlier in January, maybe looking for a second career overtime goal.
Yeah, almost one right there, but highlight reel save.
So shot there. Darien just passing it along the blue line. Bishop now getting control of the puck. Minute 50 left to go. Out in front with Crepin, one-on-one. Bishop with the empty net, and they will get it right past Crepin with the win. Number 3, Griffin Crane ends it up, and Bishop Hendricken will win the game 4-3.
Yeah, you always have to have a defenseman back, a stay-at-home defenseman as they call it, and you know, both defensemen play up on that red line. No one, you know, watches, you know, that hanger back there, and you know, he's hanging around that blue line area. You know, there's no defensive defenseman there on that assignment, and you know, they just capitalize off an easy breakaway chance there.
So Darien had the momentum in period number 1, but this Bishop Hendricken team went from start to finish. It did an excellent job keeping this game at bay, adding 3 goals, and then with the overtime winner, number 3, Griffin Crane, puts it up as they defeat the Blue Wave 4-3 in a huge loss for Darien to cap off the first game of the Rhode Island road trip.
Yeah, you know, Darien, you know, if they came out with a tie right there, that's a really good look for them, playing one of the, you know, best teams in all of New England. And unfortunately, just a minute and 46 minutes away from a tie and a really good result here for the Wave. You know, they come up short. And, you know, it's, you know, that hanging play, that far blue line play is, you know, that can cost you if you're not ready for it.
So again, Darien will take on LaSalle Academy tomorrow afternoon, the second game of this Rhode Island stretch. That will do it here from DAF Media. I want to give a quick shout out to our DAF Media crew, bringing you all the sights and sounds in this one. Will Eriks, Thomas Uvallo, Kenny Aronatiki, Ram Krishnan, Thomas Aponte. Of course, Will Jennings doing a great job. And I've been Liam Thomas-Dusky watching this game on the DAF Media Network, joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.